Hi guys, how you doing? It's your boy Dave Partner. I've been losing my hair for some time. As you can see, if you look at my hair, you see that it's empty, empty, empty. But if you look at the side, it's all filled up. I have a lot of hair by the sides and at the back. But here I have few hair. My hair is thinning in the front. As you can see, it's like there's a lot of hair missing here and then hair missing here. And that's not all. It's actually worse at the back. Look at the back of my hair. You see? So if you look at the back of my hair, you will see that I'm losing a lot of hair here. And also it's like it's going down a little, so I'm losing some hair going down. And then if you look at the top, you see that the hair here is few. So it's like in the future I'm going to eventually go bald where there is no hair from the whole of this place up till this point. You see? So I'm gonna just give you a little history. I hope you understand. You were hearing what I was saying. So I'm gonna give you a little history of what was happening and what I've done so far, what I've tried that hasn't worked, because I see a lot of these hair growth, what do you call it, videos. They don't tell you what has not worked, which is what I want to say. I've been trying a lot of things. Some of them, most of them, in fact, almost all of them has not worked. But the reason I just decided to finally make these videos because at least one of them seems to be working a little. I'm starting to notice it's like my hair is growing back. So I decided to, man, I have to make this video right now so that to record the progress. If my hair eventually grows, I'm gonna record the progress. And I'll also tell you some things I've read up that 100% of the times work for people. So one thing I've read up is that hair transplants cost about $2,000 to $4,000 US dollars, and the cheapest place you can do hair transplant is in Turkey. You understand? But probably there might be a place to do hair transplant in your country. You understand? So just Google it, hair transplant center near me. Google it, type it on your laptop. You will see. Google will help you to find if there's a place in your country where you can do it. So you can call them up. I called up the people in my country. They told me it's $4,000. Now, the way they do hair transplant is that they'll have to pluck out your hairs. They will use a special instrument, pluck out the hair from the roots, and then pluck it in here. So they basically take some hairs where you have hair and then put it at your hair. So you have to pay them per hair. So in some places they charge $10 per hair. So to pluck out one hair here and insert it, plant it here, is gonna cost $10. So you decide how much you want. They're gonna give you an estimate of how much it will take to fill up. If you wanted more, you decide. But before they do it, you would have to tell them where your hairline is. So they have to use a marker to draw where your hairline. So if I wanted to do hair transplant, I would like to do mine from here. You understand? So they will fill up from here up. So I'm telling you some of these things so that you don't have to research. I've done a lot of research for this, and I hope it will help someone. So if you look at my hair, about my baldness, there is nobody in my family that has baldness, whether you're talking about immediate nuclear family. My siblings, none of my siblings is bald. My parents are not bald. My grandparents on both sides are not bald. None of my uncles is bald. You understand? So even though some of my uncles, they are losing some hair because they are old, they are 70, 80, they are losing some hair, but none of them is even as bad as this. You understand? I've lost so much hair as a young person. So and I'm not even up to 30. So it's that bad. So it wasn't worrying me for some time, but somehow I was watching a video, a TV video someday, like 2 months ago. I saw that they have officially confirmed that there is a drug that works for baldness in the US, and the FDA approved it, and they call it MINOXIDIL. Look at it right here. Don't be too happy, it didn't work for me. Okay, so they call it MINOXIDIL. So the first thing I did after watching that was to go online and search for where I can find MINOXIDIL, and the place I found it was simple. I found it on an online store. I ordered it, I got it. So if you look at this, they said it has 5% minoxidil. If you look closely on, you see 5% minoxidil above the hair of the guy. I don't know why it's not bright. You understand? So, and then they mixed a couple of other things, which I would like to read that for you, so that so they said aloe repair, it's for external use only. I'm trying to find out if I can read other contents. So the promise is gonna solve your hair problem. I used it for 2 months, nothing, zero. There was no hair growth. So I stopped it. As you can see, this bottle is empty. I have another one, the second one I used. This is empty. There's just little remaining. So it didn't work. I knew that minoxidil wouldn't work, but then I am tempted to actually buy the other type that is called Rogaine. There's one that is called Rogaine. I bought this about $15, about $20. The one that is Rogaine is almost $80. So I think I'll buy Rogaine. Rogaine is the same thing. It basically says 5% minoxidil. So the next thing I tried was castor oil. So I tried a different kind of castor oil, the liquid one. It didn't go. I tried this solid one. See, this is castor oil, and let me read what it contains. They said it contains a lot of things: castor oil, Ricinus communis, and a whole lot of things it contains. So I didn't use it much. Before I confuse you, I did not use it much. See, there's still a lot inside. See, it looks like Vaseline. You understand? And it smells like the average hair cream you get. I didn't like it. I'm not the kind of person that applies a lot of things on my hair. Basically, I just comb my hair and go my way. So, and I've done that for years. So the idea of applying a thick substance like this on my hair didn't work for me. So I applied a little, and I just got tired of it. I just got bored. I don't like it touching my fingers. So that was how I stopped that. Now the next thing I did was I got another kind of castor oil because somebody has been ringing into my ears. It works. Castor oil works. I decided to get this type, and as you can see, I've used it up to this point. You see, and I abandoned it for the same reason. I didn't like the way it feels. This is very thick. Even though it's liquid, it's very thick in the hand. It's very thick. You have to apply it in your hand and apply it on your hair. I didn't like it, so I didn't use it much. I've applied it like about 10 times, let's say in 2 weeks. Abandoned it. So I decided to go ahead and get biotin or biotin 10,000 mcg. Look at it. This is a drug. You understand? It's supposed to improve your biotin, whatever, and it has vitamin E. So let me read what's inside. It said soybean oil, gelatin, vegetable glycerin, yellow beeswax, titanium dioxide color. So, and it has a sweetener, which means it's actually sweet. So this is a tablet. I'm supposed to take one in the morning, one at night, every day till it finishes. There are about 40 to 50 tablets there, and I've only taken about let's see, I've taken about 10-15. I'm supposed to take one per day. And the reason is that I don't want to do everything. Look at how it looks like. This is actually soft, you see? Soft, and it's sweet, so I can just toss it in my mouth and then drink the water. But the only thing is that I don't take it every day. I kind of forget some days, so I have to keep it on my desk so that whenever I come to my desk I see it. So I've taken it for about 2 weeks, and I'm being careful not to mix up all the drugs I'm taking. I don't want to combine everything, because some of these hair videos, when you watch it, the person that has their hair recovered, they don't know the actual thing that caused the hair recovery. So they tell you that it's a combination of everything. I don't want that. I want to find the exact thing that caused my hair to come up. So whenever I'm taking any drug, I try not to apply any other thing or use any other solution until I'm sure that the drug I took did not work. All right. So I was researching online, and I found that many people have said that onion juice works for them. And I couldn't find anybody that said that onion juice didn't work. I even found doctors recommending it. So I went to the market, and guess what? I bought an onions. I bought 3 of this. You understand? And onions cost about the whole of this cost $1. 3 of them cost about $1 in Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria currently. So I grinded it. I used knife to cut it into pieces. Then I put it inside a blender, and I grinded it into bits. Then I used my hand, washed my hand, took the paste, and sprinkled it and squeezed it until the water came out. And then I put the water inside this container. Look at this container. So if you look at the bottom of this container, you will see the contents. So this everything here is the content here, okay? So I sprinkled it into this, but then that's not just the juice, that's the juice of the onions. I just 2 onions. So but that's not all. I decided because from what I read I need an oil too, and they said I should get groundnut oil, so I bought this. This is a small groundnut oil. I bought it for about 30 cents in US dollars, 30 cents, but in Nigeria it's about 15 naira. In case you're in Nigeria, look at the price here, 15 naira. So I bought 2 of these, but I used only 1. So I put only 1 inside this container. Then I mixed it up with the onion juice. So if you look at the top, you see that the onion juice is the first that you're seeing. That's the onion juice. Then the oil is the one below. So what I do is I shake it. See what it looks like now. Then I have to pour one into the top and then pour my head, and then I massage. You understand? I massage. I like to pour it most importantly at the places I'm losing hair. I'm losing some hair here, and then at the center. So like I said, everybody that I've seen that has done hair transplant, it worked for them. Everybody that has seen, nobody has given a negative review about hair transplant. So if you want to do hair transplant, I think it's advisable that you go and try it out. Go and meet your doctor and decide if you want to do hair transplant. But sometimes hair transplant does not stop the balding. But then also you have to know that if you do hair transplant, generally it takes about 1 year for your hair to actually regrow. So they pluck out some hairs here, plug it here, and in the places that you're missing hair, then the new hair they plugged in have to die and fall off, and then the new hair will start growing. So the whole process of recovering your hair after a hair transplant takes 1 year. You understand? So everybody I've seen that has had a hair transplant, they had their hair recover. So another thing is Rogaine. Like I said, I tried MINOXIDIL with this kind of container. It's called Aloe Repair. It did not work, but I'm thinking I should try Rogaine. This one cost about $20-30, but Rogaine, a kind of MINOXIDIL topical spray, it's a little bigger than this, but then it cost $80, and everybody that I've seen that sprayed Rogaine said it worked. So I'm thinking of buying it, but I don't want to buy it until I finish my locally made onion juice. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I've not applied Rogaine. I'm waiting to make sure that this works. So, but the reason why I'm inspired to make this video is because it's starting to seem like this works. For instance, if you look at my hair here, it used to be further in. It used to be further in somewhere here, because there's a bone I have here, or a joint or something. What do you call it? Cranial joint or something. I used to be able to see it. My skin used to touch this, so my hair used to be like this. You understand? So my skin used to